Hi, I'm Paul Brodie, back in the shop, working on the WOZNOT. Man behind the cameras is Mitch. Thank you. I got metal. That's what I did this week. So, got the down tube, I got the seat tube, and the rest of this is the top tube. I bought some solid 1 3/4 round, and I made these 3 pieces. And this piece, for example, it goes in the top of the seat tube. It's a pretty good fit. That's a good fit. So you see that? That's where that goes. This is the bottom bracket. This is the head tube. So the first thing we're going to do is to go to the milling machine. We're going to miter. Actually, we might have to squash this down a little bit. See how it's larger? So I want to ovalize this and then miter it. So this is kind of an odd size. It's in between 1 5/8 and 1 3/4. So I'm going to have to choose a hole saw. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to go to the arbor press first. Got a couple flat bars here. So we're going to put this in. It's a little bit of overhang off the center line. And let's see what happens. Okay. See what happens. So there, we've got an ovalized tube. Can you see how the bottom bracket's a little bit bigger? So now we go to the mill. We miter it, and then I'm going to weld this on here. I haven't welded aluminum for a very long time. Actually, I think we'll find out how long. I'm going to ask Mitch to look something up. Last time I welded aluminum was on the Tiger Cub. What is that, 2 years ago? I don't know. I've got these 2 pieces of brass, and doesn't have to be brass, but that's just what I got. And now I'm eyeballing down on the side of the tube, and I got about 1/8 of an inch on either side. I got Mitch to do a little bit of research. Last time I welded aluminum was over 3 years ago, so maybe I'll be rusty, I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay. I think I'm going to ovalize it because the hole saw is a little bit larger, so I'm going to ovalize it just a little bit more because right now it's a little sloppy. I can also use a half-round file on each side too, so I think we'll do a combination of those 2 things. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. I just need to file that a little bit, and she's a good fit. And I think what else we have to do, we're going to put a hole in the bottom bracket here so air can escape, stuff can fall out. There you go. Okay, it's been a long time since I've welded aluminum, so No guarantees. Not bad. I didn't stick the tungsten into the puddle. That's a good sign. All right, we're going to work on the head tube next. Let's go over to the lathe, okay? I started with solid 1 3/4, so it's turned down. It's like 1.700. And here's the headset. So it's too small for that, which is good because it needs to be reamed out. This is part of the jig. And this is smaller. Let me show you how much smaller. So if I do this and I zero it, and this here is 15 thou smaller. So that's fine. So I'm going to zero this, and then I need to be able to put that into that. So I need to take out 13 thou, 15 thou, something like that. So just take a small cut. I'm going to take off the frame. There we go. All right, head tube is on. Look at that. Woohoo. So what I do here, I don't put the bottom bracket on all the way. And I set this down so I've got enough there for, that's enough for the weld to go onto. So now I'm going to mark it here, and then I check the angle. You see how I'm doing that? I'm holding that like that. So that's where the hole saw has to go to. I have a little bit extra. I bought this. It's English. It's more and right. I bought this when I was 18. That's how long things last around here. And then I'm going to match it up with either the jig or the head tube, whichever is easiest. So there's 90. Can you see that? So 10 and 20 and 23, something like that, or 22 and a half. So we'll set up the mill and we'll take a cut. We'll see how we're doing. I need to ovalize this because this is smaller than at the down tube by just a little bit. So we'll give it just a little bit of ovalization, and that'll help the welding. So first we're going to cut it off about there with the hacksaw. Okay. I'm going to take out a little bit of this ovalization. I'll show you how I do it here. Don't want that much. So if I want to take some out, I just squeeze it. There we go, I took some out. So, all right. We'll go over to the mill. We'll set the angle and do a first cut. I'll leave a little extra on there just so I can work with it. The hole saw only goes down so far. Okay, so what I see now is that it's hitting on the bottom and I got a little gap on the top, so I didn't get the angle right. I'm going to move the head of the mill like that a little bit, so it takes a little bit more off the bottom. If I look at my frame jig where the other frame was, I got a head tube angle of 69 and the seat tube angle is about 73, 72 and a half. So, you know, old style mountain bike geometry. Oh, look at that! Woohoo! Look, that's nice because look, I got a nice area in there that I can weld. It's not too low, and look at that fit. Woohoo! Let's go outside and use the belt sander. I know it's cold, Mitch, but it's winter here, eh? It's pretty cold for us, like -5 at night here. All right, so next is the seat tube. Gonna get the seat tube up here. And last is the top tube. So I got quite a bit to come off here. Can you see that? I have to cut at an angle like that. Somewhere around there. There's the center line. Something like that. I wonder how we did. Okay, so we need more. Well, the angle looks good. That's not a problem. So it's getting closer. Okay, let's go use the belt sander a little bit. It's getting pretty close. So it needs a little bit more. Okay, I can be happy with that. Okay, so I need to put something in here, and then on the regular size frame tubes, I use these two pieces. That's what holds it. I see there and there, but it's not going to work. So I need to just a couple pieces of wood, just to, and masking tape. Bit Mickey Mouse, but this is a one-off, so we can do things like that. Okay, we're going to miter the top tube now. And I've got my mark here. So we'll figure out the angle. And that'll be good. See, this is a little bit Mickey Mouse here, but I don't usually make frames out of aluminum, so just a little bit of masking tape just to hold it while I tack it. Okay. That'll work. Okay. Okay, 10 degrees. When I put it onto the head tube and I hold it in, and then I check over there, it's got to come up just a little bit. So if I do a little file right there, let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. This holder holds the top tube up. So, see that? Just like that. Right about there. There we go. Okay. All right, there's my mark. That's where I make my mark. And then I have to find an angle. Something like that. And we're at 5 degrees. Oh. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty good. So now it's the length. Do you see how I've left a bit longer there from where I marked it? Let's just see what happens. Oh. That's pretty well perfect. Okay. We would like to thank you very much for watching our video. If you made it all this way, thank you. Mitch and I like coffees. If you buy us coffees, that'd be fantastic. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. and we'll see you next episode. I'll do some welding and I'll show you how we do the filing up, things like that. You take care. See you.